What is up, everybody? It's your girl Janelle here with my UFC 153 prediction video coming to you last minute. Okay, let's get into it. First up, I am picking Glover Teixeira to beat Fabio Maldonado. I know that was so horrible. Next up, Damian Maia versus Rick Story. This is going to be a good fight. Rick Story is a wrestler first. He's developed some very good aggressive stand-up game. If he can keep it standing, I think that's his best bet. Even though he's a wrestler first, his wrestling is no match for Damian Maia's grappling in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's a champion trained by the best. I just don't think he wants Maia on the ground. So keep it standing. However, I'm picking Maia. Next up, we've got the rematch of Phil Davis and Wagner Prado from UFC on Fox. It was a stoppage due to a thumb in the eye of Prado. Prado's eye, it was bloody too. It was pretty bad. So ref stoppage, rematch now in Brazil. Prado's from Brazil, kind of got that home court advantage. He's definitely going to look to make a statement, I think. Of course, he's from the Nogueira camp. Phil Davis is a good wrestler. He's also got a really good range. And so here's the trick. I think that Wagner needs to get inside of his range with his Muay Thai, with his boxing, and keep it standing in order to win. If it goes to the ground, I give a slight edge to Phil. He's a real smart fighter. He's got some submissions. Having said all of that, I'm going to pick it to Wagner. I think he's going to be on that high. However, he could make a mistake being on that high that Phil Davis is smart enough to definitely see and capitalize on. So he has to be careful, but I am going to pick Wagner. Next up, we have John Fitch and Eric Silva. Both of these men have something to prove. Last time Eric was in Brazil, he had a very controversial disqualification due to illegal shots, which didn't look that illegal. So he lost that fight. So he's definitely going to be looking to redeem that. He lost in Rio. So he's going to be looking to make a name, make a statement, get a win back. John Fitch is coming off of 2 losses. The last one being one of the quickest knockouts in UFC history. I believe it was 7 seconds. Got knocked out by Johnny Hendricks. So he's definitely going to be looking to redeem himself. This could be fight of the night. I am looking for this one to be good. Stand up or on the ground, doesn't matter. I think I'm going to go ahead and make this my upset pick. So I'm going to pick John Fitch for the upset win. All right. Co-main event, we have Minotauro Nogueira versus Ed Herman. Minotauro Nogueira is coming off of that nasty submission loss to Frank Mir. If you saw that, it was nasty, man. And Ed Herman's a very well-rounded fighter, but here's the thing. It takes a real fighter to put down a Nogueira. If you saw the last fight with Frank Mir, you know what I mean. I have seen Antonio win fights in the last second of the last round with his face looking like hamburger meat because he was getting his ass whooped the whole fight. I mean, it just takes a lot. It takes a lot to put these guys out, man. So does he have what it takes in Brazil to beat Minotauro? I don't think so. But he could. This is the UFC. Everybody has a shot. Underdogs win all the time. But I am picking Minotauro Nogueira. Now, main event. And it is kind of a treat. We're getting to see Anderson Silva move up in weight. And Lord, this is going to start the John Jones rumors. But I don't even want to go there. Not talking super fight tonight. We're talking Stephan Bonnar, Anderson Silva. Now, this is the main event because Vitor was supposed to be in the main event, but Vitor Belfort got chosen to do the John Jones fight. But even before that, Jose Aldo was supposed to defend his title on this card. So, you know, we've had some injuries affect this card. So we got Anderson Silva versus Stephan Bonnar. Stephan Bonnar has some Muay Thai. He's got some ground game. He's got a little bit of everything. He's a really well-rounded fighter, very tough. One of those guys who doesn't really get going until he gets hit in the face. He sees his own blood and he's like, yeah, let's go, you know. Anderson Silva, I mean, do I have to say much? We all know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, has had the title for like 5 years. Even if you don't like Anderson Silva, you can't deny his skill, okay? So I just think he's outmatched in this fight. The 205 is going to make a difference, and that's what everybody's going to be looking for. Is Anderson going to be a little slower? Is he going to not have the cardio? Because Stephan Bonnar can go, and he's hard to finish. So that's what I'll be looking for. Having said all of that, I'm still picking Anderson Silva. Now, I just wanted to bring up an issue real quick. I really want to get your guys' feedback on this injury issue. Okay, Strikeforce maybe no more after the end of this year. Showtime might not pick it up. The last 2 events may not happen due to injuries. We've had a UFC event canceled. We've had so many changes. Dominic Cruz is hurt. Jose's hurt. Dan Henderson, there are so many people injured right now. Frank Mir's hurt. He's supposed to be on the next Strikeforce card. It's getting to a point where I think there needs to be a dialogue. I don't know what to do. I'd like to get your feedback. In other sports, of course, you know, there are limits on training. There's off seasons, something that there's not in the MMA. So what can we do here? All these injuries are happening in training, not in fights. And as a fan, we're missing out on fights. Dude, Jose Aldo is one of the most exciting fighters I've ever seen in my life. He's just my guy. He wows me every time I see him. So when I found out I wasn't going to see him, I was disappointed. We wanted to see John Jones get tested by Dan Henderson. Disappointed. After UFC Ultimate Fighter, seeing Dominic Cruz talk trash to Uriah for a season, we wanted to see that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, what can you do? Can you put limits on MMA training? How could you even do that? How would you regulate it? I'd just like some ideas. Should they not? How would you even do it? I'd like some ideas, but I think we can all agree that, it's the truth. They said that this year they've had more injuries in this year than in the history of UFC Strikeforce. Okay, than any other year, more injuries this year. So I think there should be a dialogue at least. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me all of your picks. Talk to me. Ladies, make your own money, sign your own checks. Goodbye, everybody.